Coming to you from Captain America, coming to tell you, don't sell your crypto. If you sell your crypto, you lose money. So, we're going to get through the intro, because I know you love it, and we're going to get through, talk about some cryptos. Let's go. Read that disclaimer. How's everybody out there doing? Wanted to come and tell you, don't sell your crypto. Market's pulling back. If you in the positive, do what you got to do. And if you need the money, do what you got to do. But this is not financial advice, and I am just coming to give you my opinion. What I'm doing, I'm holding. What do I hold? What's the best cryptos to be buying in as this market's pulling back? We're here to break that down to you. Want you to understand that selling your crypto right now, you selling your money. You're just throwing your money out the window. Don't do that. Don't throw your money out the window, people. Do not do that. So, I look over here. We look at the price of Bitcoin. I wanted to get Bitcoin's going to continue right on down. Bitcoin can't find a pump nowhere hardly pushing up. It goes up, it starts coming back down. Nothing on the news gives anything good news, no good news. I think I seen somewhere about Goldman Sachs said it was holding Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, and guess what? XRP didn't pump. It did a little rally and it's coming back down. XRP is coming down under $1. But still, if you bought up at the top, if you bought at $2.50, $2.75, at $3, right now, you've lost money, a lot of money. If you're selling your bags right now, you bought XRP at anywhere, it's $1.37 right now. If you bought it $1.50 on up, you losing money. Now, if you need that money, you do what you got to do. But I'm telling you, do not sell your crypto, because we in a bear market. Don't get me wrong, and we're going to pull back further. Just dollar cost average in. Get that average cost down as XRP pulls back. Just average, dollar cost average in. It's the best way. It's always been the best way with crypto, stock market, dollar cost average in. And that's what we're here to tell you. You don't lose nothing until you sell it. Once you sell it, you have lost it. Now, I'm here telling you the market's going to pull back. But at this point, it's not going to pull back a lot further. I'm looking for Bitcoin to go somewhere in the 40s. But it could go all the way down to 28. Now, I could be totally wrong on that part. I'm just saying it could go down to 28,000. Will it? I don't know. Nobody knows where the bottom of Bitcoin is going to be at. Far as we know, we could be sitting at the bottom right now, but I do believe Bitcoin's going to pull back a lot further. So, you want to know the best cryptos to be getting in right now? Well, I'm going to give you one. I'm going to give you several, but I'm going to give you one. This right here is going to be one of the best tokens to get in right now. Starting right now, this token is going to be worth several dollars in the next bull run. Believe me or not, it's the Canton Network token. It is the major banks now. As we get regulation in the United States to go with digital currency, the banks is going to do what the banks do. They're going to go the way they want to. So they are going digital, and they in the process with Canton Network. Back in this token, you even get the BlackRock's connected to Canton Network, uh, not directly but indirectly. If you can understand what that is, it's like they connected with Canton Network, but they got a middleman. So before XRP gets a BlackRock ETF, listen to what I'm finna tell you. Canton Network will have a BlackRock ETF before XRP gets one. So, with that being said, what do you think is going to happen to the price of Canton Network? It's going to continue to go up. You got major banks, the largest bank in the United States, J.P. Morgan. They are behind Canton Network. This is their token. They're gonna move their stable coin with this token right here. Is privacy. Uh, a lot of these banks that people thought that XRP was gonna get, it's not gonna be. Now Ripple's becoming their own bank. They'll move their stable coin with XRP. The more that they more the more assets they move, the more XRP is used, the higher the price is going to go. With that being said, that's going to be a while. That's going to be longer than what people anticipate. But with Canton Network, it's going to be quick. It's going to be instant. It's going as soon as this is offered, and people go this way, they're going to instantly choose digital because people will be able to receive their money a lot quicker than traditional. Several days is turned into several seconds. So the banks are spoken. Bank of America that everybody thought that Ripple had XRP is now Canton Network. So with that being said, you got the stock market that's going to be working through Canton Network, tokenizing assets through Canton Network. So with that being said, this is the very first token I'll present to you tonight. Is Canton Network. Right now, even this price, I'd be getting in. So likely, it's not going back to 5 or 10 cents. We could see a pullback back to around 14 cents with Bitcoin's pullback to the next level it goes to. It could, right now, Canton Network is set right here where it's at. Even with this major pullback that Bitcoin had, we didn't see no pullback with Canton Network. If any, hardly any, it didn't. It's been in an upward trend, not a downward trend, an upward trend. Let me show you the chart. This is it right here. Since it launched on TradingView, it come down, touched the bottom of the trend line, hit it twice, and it's up here. When Bitcoin's pullback, it never pulled back, hardly none. It did go from 19 cents down to 15 and a half cents, somewhere around that area. Got right back above 16 cents. That's where she's been at. Holding it really good in this bear market. So, I'll bring you Canton Network. The next one, once this money is moved through across Canton Network, and then how's it gonna move from banks to you? That next one is gonna be ZBCN Network. This is how you're gonna get paid on the job, by the hour or by the day, or ever how it comes up. Zebit Network. Now they're using this token for various projects besides payroll. It's like a universal token. But once banks move it across institutions, bank to bank or bank to company or whatever. How from there, this is where Zebit Network comes in. It's going to move money from banks, various banks and institutions, to your wallet as you work. This this token is probably going to be, I'd say $1 from anywhere from 5 to 10 years from now. You're looking at $1 token. And the investment you make today could make you a millionaire in 10 years. Straight up, being honest with you, truthful, Zebic is a real project. It's not just no hype. This is the token you want to get in on. I wouldn't be selling Zebic at 00200 right now. No, I'm buying more. I'm gonna buy more tomorrow. I'm buying more CC token, more Zebic token, and besides Zebic, what would be my next one? It's this one right here. Sui. You might think I'm crazy, but you're going to see Solana probably overtake in the near future. It's going to overtake Ethereum, but you're going to see Sui overtake Solana and Ethereum. This is a good between Solana and Sui. I go with Sui every day, all day. Yes, we've pulled back from $5 to 90 cents. And if we lose this area of support right here, 89 cents, this is our main level of support right now, what we got on the 4-hour chart. She loses that, she could be coming down towards 53 cents. So if she reaches 89, once she hits 89, I've started buying Sui now. Because Sui went all the way up. It did better than XRP. And XRP got a army behind it. It's got ETFs behind it. And Sui outperformed XRP. It went to $5 or something. So we're right on into the next bull run. I think it's going to get the best of XRP holders. I do believe they're going to be looking for money that's been promised and predicted. Across X and the whole internet, YouTube content creators has just made a killing off of promoting XRP. For the longest time, it's only been XRP. So you had 2018 bull run. It did 380, I think it was. 2021 didn't do too good because it had the case, the Ripple case, the lawsuit. So into this cycle, it did fairly well. It didn't do what it did in 2018. So you look at it, and then the case gets dropped. And what does it do? I mean, people's looking for this thing just to shoot to the moon. And $3.65 is all it could do. That's all it could do. That's all XRP could do. So I'm saying it's going to pull back. XRP is going to pull back probably 70 cents. And the next bull run, we might get see XRP break $4, and then people's gonna be holding. Now, people that's held from 20 cents, which they've held a long time, a very long time to get it to $4. But that's a lot of gains if it breaks the $4 cycle, that level. The closer it gets to $4, stronger the resistance is. So if it breaks it, it could go. Son, it could go $7 or $8 if it breaks that $4 cycle. Because this in territory ain't never been. As far as I know, it could shoot right up. It could blow the top off of it, go 7, 8, 9, 10. But we really don't know yet till the next bull run. But I'm all in on Sui. I do believe Sui is going to do what Solana did back 21 bull run. In the next bull run cycle, we could see soy up in the $200 to $300 range. I do believe soy is going to do that. I really, really do. It's going privacy, and that's going to change. That's going to change it. That's going to change a lot of things. And that's another thing I want to bring to you. You as an investor, you're looking for where the banks is going. You need to invest in privacy tokens, Zcash, Monero. Wait to see where they pull back to. It's hard to time the bottom, but I do think there's some more room to pull back on Zcash, Monero, because it ain't too long recent rally. So while Bitcoin's pulling back, they pulling back. So I don't know. I haven't looked at the charts yet to see how far they could pull back. Nobody really knows the bottom, but we can be at a close range for you on that. Because right here I predicted 89 cents, but it dropped below that. On soy, it went to, I predicted 89 cents, and it dropped down to 78 cents. So I was 10, 11% off there. But I predicted if it loses this support, it's coming down to 53, 54 cents. If it loses, and I just still believe it could come down to there. And from there to back where it was at its previous all-time high for this cycle, that would be a 10x. Would really be a 10x move back to all-time highs. And I do believe soy, the next cycle up, the next bull run top, I do think soy is going to be, it's going to do what Solana did. But do your own research before you invest. Don't go by what I say. Just look at it and think about it. And, you know, what other token? I do have XCN. It's, I cover this token. I hold this token. And the only thing that killed this token is when it launched, it was at 24, 25 cents. And it launched, and right at its launch was the bear market, and it pulled back. And back then it was chain, and it caused the overall community to turn against XCN. So they kind of, I mean, it wasn't a rug pull. People call it, a lot of people call it a rug. I don't feel it was a rug pull. It did no different than any other, a lot of this other crypto in the bear market pulled back all the way to the bear market lows. I mean, it's just when they launched it. They launched it, and it was at the end of a bull run cycle. It was at 28, 25, 28 cents, and look where it's at right now, half a cent, which it went back up to 5 cents this cycle. But the timing on the launch was just a bad time. And I've seen a lot of tokens do this that's doing good today. And I hold XCM because simply I like the whole the underdog more or less. When you look at the XCN and XRP, even behind the little community that it's got right now, it still performed. It gave you more returns than XRP did in this bull run cycle. And it's not got the community behind it that XRP has. So, with that being said, I wished it was privacy. It's not privacy, but they testnet Goliath, and then and you don't hear from, you don't know who really owns XCN. It's just it's like a quiet community. Whoever owns, I mean, you know, whoever's really behind this token. So with that being said, you know, but it's going to rally again. I think we'll see a relief rally, not quite going to 0.0130, but we could rally up there next to 1 cent, you know. And if you invest anything in it right now, and it goes to 1 cent on the way down, because I don't think it's going to go back to 0.130. I mean 0.0130 on this pump right here. I don't think this next pump is going to go that far up. I'm thinking it's going to kind of hit like 1 cent level right here, maybe at this area, somewhere around this range right here, and then pull back. You know, again as Bitcoin pulls back. But with that being said, if you bought up at 2 or 3 cents with XCN thinking it was going to go 22 cents or 30 cents or $1 or 50 cents, whatever, and now you've held this whole time and now you want to sell, unless you need the money for bills, you got to take care of your family. Don't get rid of XCN. Be army strong behind XCN. Because this price, I mean, even if you bought it it's going back in the next cycle. It's going back. I do believe it's going back. Now the next cycle, the bigger the army with the Clarity Act and all, and about 4 more years, crypto in the United States ought to be full blown. The United States ought to be using digital full blown by the time the top of the next bull run cycle, which would be during the election year of the president. Keep your eyes open for that. So, and it really matters here coming up on the midterm. So, keep your eyes on that also. But we got the Canton Network, we got ZBEC, we got Sui, and like I said, I mentioned when Zcash pulls back, I'd get in on Zcash. World Liberty Finance is going to be a good project to get into. I got my hopes up. I got hopes for ICP because it's supposed to be going privacy too. But and XRP, I'd invest in XRP when it pulls back to 80, 70 cents. I'd invest in XRP. I'm gonna invest in it again too. Because if it breaks the $4 level, it could rally pretty high. It could have a major blow off top and go to $7, $8, $9, $10. Nobody really knows, but it could. If it has a blow off top, as long as people have been holding XRP, it could get past $4. It probably, and if it pulls back 70 cents and it goes $10, that's about 15x. So that you invest $1,000, that's $15,000. So that's a good return. But I'm not kicking it out. I'm not kicking to the curb. I'm saying still invest in XRP. Because it go ahead and pull them back to 79, 75, 80 cents, you start buying, you know. You have a couple of months to buy there, accumulate some XRP. But it's got Ripple. Ripple's going to be a major bank. It's getting its banking license. It ain't already got them, but very good investment. I'm not kicking XRP. I don't think it's going to do what everybody else says it's going to do. I don't believe that, but I do think it's going to do good. I really do. Cause the narrative behind, you know, Ripple using it. So, and now it's got several ETFs. So, in the long run, that's going to help in the long run with the price of XRP. Don't count it out. But that's where I'm at. That's the cryptos I'm bringing to you. Canton Network, ZBAC, Sui, Zcash, Monero, World Liberty, ICP, And another one, I would keep my eye on chain link. Chain link. Um, I don't know. Let's look at the weekly chart. I really don't know what it done this cycle. It went to. Is that all it done? Let's see. Yeah, it really didn't do that good. It went to $30. $30. When the last cycle it went to $52. So it did less. It did less this time than it did in the first cycle, in 21 cycle. So its rally up to all-time new highs could be in the next cycle. So just keep your eyes peeled back for that. We should see it pull back much further because it was down here was around $4 or $5. Previous cycle lows, we could be going back there again too. So it only done a 6x. So I do think it's with Swift that moves all the money cross border. A lot of it, 99% of it. So, and they've partnered up with Swift, and you could see this token rally a lot in the next bull run. So keep your eye on ICP. And it's left up to you if you want to invest in Bitcoin and Ethereum, but Ethereum didn't do too good this time. So that's our update on the crypto market. Be careful where you invest, who you listen to when you talking about investing, and don't sell your crypto. You ain't lost nothing until you sell. Once you sell, you've lost a lot, or lost ever how much your bags was in the negative. That's how much you lost. So at any point when you say, "Well, I'm done. I can't take no more," and you sell, when you go to sleep at night, you could wake up in the morning and you have lost more by selling, and it's rallied, and it never come back there again. Just being the straight up truth, telling you the honest truth to this market. So I don't know. I don't care who's covering it. Sometimes they get the top right, sometimes they get the bottom right, and that's just the luck of the draw. That is the total luck of the draw. When anybody is predicting the crypto market, you can only look at the TA and the fundamentals and say around this area, we should see a bottom forming, a local bottom, and then pulling on down more later on, but from the fundamentals of it, but nobody really knows the bottom. So don't be keeping. If I say Bitcoin's pulling back to 28,000, don't be looking for that. You find you a place to start dollar cost averaging in, and you buy into that bottom, and don't take, because it might not never ever get to $28,000. It might not never drop below 60,000 again. So we can only, but I do believe by what I'm showing on the trend lines and stuff, it's pattern. It's got at least, I know at least $20,000 more dollars to go. So, and possibly more. So, subscribe to the channel if you like the content. We'll be back later to give you some more. Till then, God bless you, and we'll see you on the next one.